Sad news yesterday on March 4th. Actor Luke Perry, famously known for his role as Dylan on the 1990 show Beverly Hills 90210, sadly passed away yesterday at the age of 52 in Burbank, California. On February 27th, he had a massive stroke, and he was responsive and talking. But 5 days later, he still died. Luke Perry was a heartthrob of the 90s. Teenage girls, women were head over heels for him. He was even compared to James Dean. People saying he's the new James Dean, the 90s James Dean. Luke Perry didn't even like the comparison.
I think that sort of, in a way, if they make the association strong enough, I'll have to pay the price for the fact that he checked out early. And I don't want to, I hope to be still working when I'm 30 and 40 and 50 and forever how long I want to. I think when I can no longer fulfill that James Dean fantasy for them, they'll look and get it from someone else and I'll be gone.
Perry made a good point. Unfortunately, James Dean died at 24 in a horrible car accident in 1955. So Luke didn't want to experience the same fate James Dean did. He wanted to continue doing what he loved to do for a long time. And ironically, 2 decades later, he continued doing what he loved to do until he was 52. He also made a good point that with him getting older and the females will be looking for a new James Dean fantasy somewhere else. It's like when that heartthrob gets older, it's like the girls turn to someone else. Oh my God, Luke Perry is so old now. He's not the same heartthrob anymore. Time to find somebody else that has a James D fantasy. Oh, Justin Bieber? Really? No. Come on. I'm sure the females still saw Perry as a heartthrob even when he was getting older. Don't stop seeing some guy as a heartthrob just because he's getting older. It happens. He portrayed as Dylan on Beverly Hills 90210 for 6 seasons. He left the show to find more mature roles. As he said in his 90210 days were behind him, until he returned for the last 2 seasons from 1998 to 2000 due to financial reasons. Oh, and he also had another quote about James Dean. He said, everybody tends to want to find the new James Dean, but there's only one James Dean, and he's dead. So basically, he's just saying, stop trying to find a new James Dean. There's only one James Dean. Everybody's the new this, new that. Just stop it, guys. Just love the one and only James Dean for crying out loud, and just love Luke Perry for Luke Perry. Anyways, he appeared as himself as a cartoon character on The Simpsons, Family Guy, and Johnny Bravo. Now, we all remember that Family Guy episode where Peter thought Luke Perry was a homosexual. Boy, that was funny. Peter getting all lather up, asking Perry if he want a drink. Thirsty? No. Peter took up a notch by shaking that big old rump of fat, try to get Luke's attention. He did, but Luke threw up and ran off. But then Peter was like, no, Brian. Gays don't throw up. Are you serious? What are you, some gay expert? Peter, the man's straight. Way to go. You made him throw up because you shaking all that fatness of a rump you got. But then towards the end, we see Luke Perry getting in bed with Adam West. Yeah, sure, whatever. And he all happy next to Adam West. Adam West feel all nervous and uncomfortable about this. It's like, wait, what? Here we thought you straight. Then in the episode, towards the end, you in bed with Adam West. What's going on here? Oh, and that Johnny Bravo episode that he was in, man, that was hilarious. Luke Perry trying to teach Johnny how to show respect to the ladies. But Johnny always keep ruining it. I know Luke Perry. All the women loves you with your puppy dog eyes and your James Dean looks. You're the reason why with the entire cast of Baywatch. Don't you mean Beverly Hills 90210? Oh, Luke Perry. Right. And speaking of Johnny, Johnny also has the James Dean looks, but he sounds like Elvis. Isn't that something? Thanks, Luke Perry. You're my best friend. Johnny getting shocked when Luke threw that fork in the in the water. And everything was going great. Johnny got a date until he ruined it when he noticed Luke Perry. Thanks, Luke Perry. You're a great friend, Luke Perry. Johnny, no! And then all the girls started running after Luke Perry. And then the fork that Luke Perry had, it gets launched in a yoga place. And Johnny ruins the day when he intimidates this one dude who was in the yoga class. And he wanted everybody to go. I don't know what that dude was saying, but he was breaking it down, man. That Johnny Bravo episode was hilarious. So then Johnny ruins it, and then the girl says she never wants to speak to him again. Oh, Johnny, you was right there. Yo, it was right there, man. Man, such a funny episode. Luke also reunited with his former co-star Jenny Garth when he guest starred on the show What I Like About You. He married his first wife, Rachel, on November 20th to 1993. They have a son, Jack, born June 15th, 1997, who's currently 21, and a daughter, Sophie, born June 7th, 2000, currently 18. He and Rachel separated 10 years after they were married in 2003. I was hoping Luke would pull through, but he didn't. He was currently on the show Riverdale on the CW. Riverdale currently shut down production due to his death. Now it looks like his character will probably get killed off. I heard the show has been renewed for a 4th season. So I also heard that Beverly Hills 90210 were supposed to be reviving for 6 episodes on Fox. This was announced February 27th, the day that Luke Perry had that massive stroke. But I don't know. I guess it probably won't happening due to Luke's passing. That sucks. But then again, we don't know if Luke Perry was going to even be a part of the revival. I don't know if he was in or not. The same with Shannon Dorothy. But I don't know. I guess the revival is probably still going to go on without those two. So I guess it's still going to happen. Having a stroke, especially a massive one, is no joke. I'm pretty sure he was a smoker. I heard he was like smoke Marlboro lights, cigarettes of his choice. So I don't know. Maybe he smoked a lot whenever he was like depressed or, going through some things. And Luke Perry was 52, but I thought he looked older, like he was 62. This is him in 2017. He has wrinkles and, he just looked older. But he seemed like he was a nice guy and caring and whatnot. Luke was surrounded by his kids, ex-wife, his mother. And it's too bad his mother lost her son, stepfather. His biological father passed away in 1980 of a heart attack. Apparently, Luke and his father didn't really have a great relationship. They didn't really get a chance to reconcile their relationship anyways, even though he still went to his father's funeral. I heard his father was like very abusive to his mom, and he was frightening, and he drank too much. So I can see why he didn't have a great relationship with his biological father. He even said that he wished his stepfather was his actual biological father. Now, at the time of his death, he was engaged to a woman named Wendy Madison Bauer, and this is her right here. So I feel bad for that woman since her and Luke never got the chance to get married. Wow, that sucks. And, of course, there have been some tweets, some tributes from other stars, including Luke Perry's original castmates. Jenny Garth, she said, "My heart is broken. He meant so much to so many, such a very special person. I share my deep sadness with his family and all who loved him. Such a terrible loss." Gabrielle Carteris, she says, "Dearest Luke, I am so heartbroken and at a loss for words. You, my friend, were a mighty soul and have left your mark. My love and prayers to the family and all who loved you. Rest in peace." Ian Zirin, "Dearest Luke, I will forever bask in the loving memories we've shared over the last 30 years. May your journey forward be enriched by the magnificent souls who have passed before you. Just like you have done here for those you leave behind. God, please give him a seat close to you. He deserves it. Here is Tori Spelling. I believe this is Tori yesterday with her family finding out the news about the death of Luke Perry. She looks so sad and depressed as hell. And she got some tears in her eyes like she lost her best friend. And, well, actually, she did lose a best friend. But she is obviously heartbroken. Tori says, I am in utter shock and heartbroken. I'm saddened for his kids, whom he adored beyond words. He was so proud of Jack and Sophie. Luke was one of the kindest and most humble human beings I've ever known. I'm grateful for the years of friendship we had. He truly was family to me. A protector and a brother. I am sorry for the loss that everyone is experiencing. Oh, man, that's some deep crap, man. This is so sad. She said she saw him as a protector and a brother. Man, that's some deep crap right there. Wow. Shan Dorothy, she says, I am in shock, heartbroken, devastated by the loss of my friend. I have so many memories with Luke that make me smile and that are forever imprinted on my heart and mind. Luke was a smart, quiet, humble, and complex man with a heart of gold and never-ending well of integrity and love. Luke reached out to me during my cancer journey, and we picked right back up. Older and wiser, but that connection remained intact. And she also said that she will miss him every single day. I know that's right, Shannon. I know you're going to miss him every single day. As for his other co-stars on Beverly Hills 90210, Jason Priestley and Brian Austin Green, I haven't heard anything from them. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure both of them are heartbroken over his death. I'm sure they are. Luke Perry is the first original cast member of the show to pass away. Luke Perry, rest in peace. He had a great, successful career. You will be missed. Thanks for your time on being on Beverly Hills 90210 and also making appearances on The Simpsons, Family Guy, and Johnny Bravo as your animation self. Tell me your thoughts and where you were when Luke Perry passed away yesterday.